Yes guys, welcome back to the channel. It is your boy Crockeeey and I hope you've all had a great day. In today's video we're going to be talking all about WARZONE 2 and my overall opinion to the new updated version. As I can honestly say from my last video, my views have probably changed for the better, but I will let you guys decide on that. But before we get into it, I think it's only fair we congratulate Infinity Ward and all the team who's been working on this new release for successfully reaching over 25 million players in just 5 days. Like, that's a fucking ridiculous, achievement. But then again, it's not really surprising for a game that is beating records every day and, well, is also free. Also, please guys, do make sure you do leave a like and subscribe, as I am hoping to reach a goal of 50 subscribers before Christmas, and it just helps to inspire me to keep creating videos for you guys to watch and share. So like I said at the start, WARZONE 2 has now been out for 5 days, and to be honest, it's still heavy with mixed opinions. And I feel Modern Warfare 2 had this exact response from fans. You know, the community was heavily divided as to whether it satisfies them as a new AAA title. I personally wasn't happy with multiplayer, especially with its server issues, crashing, terrible UI, and just a horrible leveling up system for weapons. But it seems WARZONE 2 has just followed its older brother's footsteps multiplayer in terms of server issues, glitches, and just overall poor development. I mean, if you guys remember the first 2 days of WARZONE 2 when it was released, the community was having a full fucking breakdown. Streamers just couldn't get any gameplay due to servers crashing and just awful game quality, and the lag was just horrendous. And it was just an experience for all platforms. Well, for the majority of the community and fans of WARZONE 2, it seems like this is still an ongoing problem. I personally, and I do state personally, do feel like there is a slight improvement to performance when playing WARZONE 2. However, I can still tell it's not that 100% we all expect from the game that has just reached over 25 million fucking players. So it does make me question, do they really give a fuck about the game, even multiplayer, or is this company just bothered about beating records and celebrating achievements for a game that is still arguably broken? I mean, as a community, we have been promised that the devs have been working on a new system or wall block to just narrow and eliminate all possible hacks and cheaters in WARZONE 2. Yet there's a fucking guy who, by the way, I have no hard feelings for, as he's just exposing to us community there's still no change or action against cheaters, but he's just creating content of him using visible wall hacks and aimbot consistently in WARZONE 2 and uploading it to YouTube. And it's been noted that many other players are experiencing matches and lobbies where people are just blatantly using exploits. I mean, come on, before all you fanboys jump on the hate train towards me and say, well, it's just a free game and it's only been 5 days, Infinity Ward are celebrating their achievement for a game that is still quite honestly fucked. So it just shows any lack of ability towards most of us that they actually care about the gameplay, server issues, or even any exploiting from hackers and cheats. When talking about the new map, again, it's highly divided topic. Players don't like the slow pace feel with movement, and I think the map does play a huge part to that issue with the size of it. I mean, I feel like at times it's like playing a ghost town, especially when playing solos. However, there is other players who enjoy the new map and design, and I have to agree, I like the map. I just think for how many players WARZONE actually holds, it is remarkably larger than what is really needed. But that's just my view. Players aren't really happy with the gulag. I mean, you fight in a 2v2 with a fucking pistol that has a time to kill that's slower than my video editing time. And I know we're given a Semtex and a tactical, which I can't remember if it's a smoke or a flash, but we then have to face a fucking modified Terminator looking mother who probably eats more fucking bullets than Charlie in the Chocolate Factory's Augustus eating chocolate, and that's if we don't kill each other quick enough. I'm not a huge fan of the gulag myself, but then again, I guess it does hold an opportunity for less experienced players to enter back into the map after being killed. So yeah, the gulag is a topic that is again divided, and I think one of the biggest major issues Infinity Ward is facing from fans is just the servers. We've touched upon this issue with WARZONE when it was first released, but many players are still dealing with this. And I mean, that first load up lobby before you jump out of the plane and loot up is the biggest cockfest. It's unbelievable. My frames have a heart attack and just loses 30 to 40 because the game quality is performing as if it's on a fucking Nokia 3000. However, my overall experience, and this is the most important thing I wanted to get across in my new video, hasn't actually been all that bad. Now, I know I just went over topics and issues the community is divided or still having an ongoing problems with, but I'd be lying if I said I'm not enjoying WARZONE 2. Now, I try and weigh up my reasoning as to why I'm enjoying it, and I think it comes down to the fact that the movement just isn't as crackhead anymore. It's more of a tactical side to the game when played seriously, and you can still actually enjoy and mess about with friends or other teams more than ever before. Like, I'm a huge fan of the proximity chat. I think it adds a touch to Warzone 2 that Warzone 1 missed massively, and coming to think about it, I do prefer the new range of different weapons that can be used. Yes, I know majority of the weapons are similar to Warzone 1, however, they definitely have a new feel to them, something different to previous versions of themselves. I also would like to point out that looting for me personally is just as good as before. I mean, I do feel as if the map holds a little less items than it could do regarding how fucking big it is, but it does also give a more realistic essence to it. So when you drop and you loot 3 buildings and can only find a flash and you truly are fucked. Maybe I'm toxic, but I just love seeing enemies leg it for their life, like holding a pistol and I'm stood there with a big RPK on a top of a fucking building. But there's many more topics I could go on, but I just wanted to make it clear from my point of view as to how Warzone 2 is truly portraying itself early on in its release. But before I end it, I do feel Warzone 2 has major potential to reach success and love as Warzone 1 did. I will state I'm not a huge Warzone fan, and I have always edged towards multiplayer, but that's because I'm an OG COD fan. Just kidding, didn't want to offend anyone there, although old COD's shit on any of the new fucking titles. But yeah, please do let me know down below as to how you guys feel with the new updated version of Warzone 1. Does it succeed with your satisfaction like Warzone 1, or do you just wish Warzone 1 was entirely just updated and featured old movement and game style like what it previously did? Let me know and I will see you all in the next one. Take it easy.